If you're ready, I can start the record and introduce you, and we can go into the SlamDunk project.
Yeah, good to go.
Welcome to the Wellcoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us SlamDunk, and here to speak about the project is Jay Crypt. We'll be talking about the core series of NFTs that are coming out shortly for SlamDunk and the SD token that will be coming shortly in the future as well. We can go into a discussion about that and everything else about SlamDunk shortly. But first, can you introduce yourself with your background and experience, Jay Crypt?
Yeah, certainly. So I've been in crypto since just before 2020. So I guess the last several years was able to witness the rise of everything that happened last year when we had the explosive bull run, and now we're in a little bit of a bearish period. But yeah, I've been able to learn a lot over my space within the last couple of years. Been able to also work with quite a lot of different projects with moderation work, VC work, and hosting work as well. So being able to I guess you can say, yeah, like build a lot of connections and a lot of friendships within the space, as well as expanding and working with many different projects. And yeah, I've had a very wild ride so far. But yeah, it's been great fun, and currently working with the SlamDunk team. We're doing a series of AMAs. I believe you guys are our third one. We had one yesterday with the Shield Seals, and then had an earlier one today with the Chinese community, and we've got a couple more to go until we wrap up the pre-sale. So yeah.
Great, Jay Crypt. So maybe for the community investors, we can have an introduction to the SlamDunk project. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess yeah, what SlamDunk is all about is it is a Bet20 token, which is obviously as part of the BSC, the Binance Smart Chain. The protocol itself includes the SD tokens, the SlamDunk, and also is going to incorporate the SlamDunk NFT ecosystem. The consumption of the SlamDunk token will be used to mints the SlamDunk NFTs, and the minting of the SlamDunk NFTs would actually be utilized to help increase the SlamDunk token itself. So it's based upon a price increase model. There is several facets to the ecosystem, which we can explain a little bit in detail as well. But yeah, obviously, as people should know, our pre-sale is running at the moment. Believe it's got just over a day or so, probably like a day and a half to go. It's the subscription-based method, so it's well over the hard cap of 100,000 USDT. I think last time I looked at it, it was sitting at about 220,000. So, to do a 2x over the hard cap on a subscription method in the current market, I think the team's done a fantastic job so far. But yeah, we can go on as well to talk a little bit about the SlamDunk ecosystem and how all that is going to work. So basically, the SlamDunk ecosystem, it's basically be establishing a value transfer protocol, which will basically be based upon long-term technical reserves and market operations by the Genesis team, who is leveraging several decades of experience within investment banking sectors as well. So basically, how it's all going to work is basically there's going to be two protocols, which is the SlamDunk token, which is off the Bet20, and also there's going to be three kinds of the ecology, which is to do with like the NFT minting, the NFT upgrades, and the NFT staking protocols as well.
Jay Crypt, yeah, maybe we can go into that. What sort of rarities are built into the NFTs, and like you said, you've got the NFT upgrades, NFT staking as well, and how that sort of works. So, what sort of stage can investors start minting and collecting the NFTs?
It shouldn't be too much longer after the pre-sale. Team is still releasing a tentative timeline, but more information in terms of the exact dates and minting prices should be released very shortly within the main Telegram group. But I guess basically how they will work in terms of the ecosystem is obviously, as we said, there'll be NFT minting, and I guess the benefits for holders by holding the NFTs is they'll be profiting in yield, in like rewards in BNB. So how the minting works is there's going to be several different stages. So there'll be a certain free mint for very early stage contributors, and then there'll be what we call U-based minting, which is the middle stage, and then there'll also be coin-based minting in the later stage. In terms of, I guess, who will benefit from the potential free mints, that potentially would be people who've underlined maybe within the pre-sale, but those exact specifics are still being determined just yet. But yeah, there's basically going to be three separate stages of the NFTs. In terms of how the economy model of those NFTs actually works is basically it's divided into three separate levels. So there's one that we call the level R, then there's the SR level, and then finally SSR. And there's going to be different scarcities of the NFTs. So there'll be a scarcity of 60%, 30%, and 10%. And this will help us set the minting rate of R as Z, and then the SR rate as 1.5 times Z, and then the SSR rate will be 3 times Z. And then secondly, like the SSR will get certain percentages of from the NFT tax wallet of which I believe equates up to 10% every week. The profit of the SSR is also in daily, and then also certain sometimes depends on the number of blocks plus the NFT dividends in terms of I guess the benefits back to holders. But you can. There's also going to be ways where you can synthesize different levels as well, and that would help you build up to what we call Noah's Ark, which is like I guess the highest like tier exclusivity of the NFTs, and that's where you'll get like the highest benefits in terms of the dividends back to your wallet on the day as well. So yeah, it's pretty exciting because there's going to be three different levels. We believe the economy model is something that hasn't really been done so far in the space, based upon the R level, the SR, and the SSR. And yeah, also to get the Noah's Ark, it's basically going to be like a 10% success rate, and all NFTs will be destroyed after the failure. So yeah, going to be a very, very limited run of the NFTs. In terms of the exact number, team is still deciding how much they're actually going to be. But that we believe there's going to be a lot of people who want to or are going to like synthesize them together to then get into Noah's Ark, which is the highest tier, I guess, in terms of the dividends back to our holders.
Okay, Jay Crip. And yeah, with that upgrade to the Noah's Ark, like you say, you've got a 10% success rate and the rest are destroyed. So is it a case of if you've got quite a few common NFTs, you can put it into that through Noah's Ark and maybe get a rarer one? Or is it like you just said, where you're actually just going to get more rewards by minting a Noah's Ark?
Yeah, you basically, by getting into the success rate of Noah's Ark, you basically will then get a I guess exclusive NFT, and then if you aren't successful, then your NFTs they actually get destroyed after the failure. So that'll help reduce them down as well in terms of the total mint. But we believe there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want to do Noah's Ark to get that exclusive NFT, and then also the benefits back to holders, which is the 25% of the NFT dividends at the end of the day back to the person's wallet.
I see, Jay. And how many are going to be minted? And are you looking at doing more series in the future, going cross-chain, multi-chain with the NFTs?
Good question. In terms of the total amount that will be available for mint, the team is still deciding on that, plus the mint price. But yeah, when we get closer to that, shortly after the pre-sale, the more information in terms of how to mint and the full collection and the prices will be released in the main Telegram group. So at the moment, it's still under discussion in terms of exactly how that will look.
See, and you mentioned before the pre-sales live and it's a subscription model. Maybe we can go over that with investors that might not have invested before in a subscription model pre-sale.
Yeah, certainly. So let me just bring up those that information. So the pre-sale, just give me one quick sec. So yeah, the pre-sale is ongoing at the moment in the main Telegram group, which is obviously chosen on PinkSale. The team are audited and KYC'd as well, so you can see those badges on the pre-sale link. It is based upon PinkSale's subscription-based method, so it's got a hard cap of 100,000 USDT, which has been passed some time ago. It's currently sitting at 292,000 raised, so nearly three times over the hard cap. There's 313 total participants so far. The max allocation once the subscription method has finalized at the end of the pre-sale is 500 USDT in tokens. So basically for those who have not maybe participated in a subscription-based method before, it's basically a method where people could really put up whatever amount they want in terms of USDT, and they're all fighting each other to try and get the max allocation for the tokens, which in this case is 500 USDT. So obviously, the more you put up, the more chance you have to get the max allocation, and obviously the amount you get will be finalized and calculated once the pre-sale ends, which is literally just over 24 hours left. So I'll be finishing let me have a look. It will be finishing at 2 p.m. UTC on tomorrow. So and the liquidity is locked for 365 days with a liquidity percentage of 60%. So
is that so you can get the whitelist for the NFTs? Because I was reading that the SD token is coming soon. So is that going to be a separate pre-sale for the token shortly?
No, like in terms of the NFTs, as we said, there'll be three separate minting phases. So there'll be the free mint for certain contributors in the early stage. Now that might be based upon the pre-sale. That exact information we are yet to release, but that will be coming very, very soon. And then there's U-based minting, which is the middle stage, and then also coin-based minting, which will be coming later on. So, but yes, for early contributors, those who potentially partake in the pre-sale will have the chance to be part of that early free minting phase where they could get a free NFT airdropped. But those exact conditions are still being determined and will be released very, very soon by the team. So at the moment, the pre-sale is for the SlamDunk token itself, like the native token. And then obviously we'll be having the NFT minting and everything like that coming very shortly after the pre-sale finishes.
Thanks for clearing that up. And can we go into the details for the SD token? What's planned around that with the NFTs and any other utilities you're going to be attaching to in the future? I mean, the NFTs are basketball themed, so are you looking to make a P2E game in the future as well?
The team is still deciding on that because the whole ecosystem and theme is based upon like the magma. I think you call it the magma theme, which is like obviously the Japanese art. So obviously the CEO and team are very passionate about like basketball and stuff, and like the whole Japanese magma. So that's why they've based upon that style of theme. In terms of potential like P2E and stuff like that. That's still being decided on if that might be part of the future ecosystem, because the main goals at the moment is obviously the pre-sale, the launch, and then the NFT, NFT ecosystem, and also the marketplace and things like that as well. So certainly a possibility for the future. But at the moment, yeah, like the main goals are the NFTs, the success of the pre-sale, and then obviously future parts of the roadmap will open up as we go along.
Okay, with the SD token, is some of the tax put aside for NFT holders and they get rewards from the volume from the SD token daily sales?
So basically the taxes for the token itself is two and two methods. So 2% buy, 2% sell. So certain percent of that will go back to marketing. In terms of the dividends of the NFTs, that's based upon some of the taxes as well, which will go back from the buyers and the sellers.
Yeah, and with the profits from the NFT sales, what's planned around that? Is there going to be buyback and burns because you're going to be using the SD token that's consumed to mint the SD NFTs, and then going into marketing and other areas?
Yeah, definitely. Good question there. So yeah, a lot of the token sales will go back to certain buyback and burns, and also for marketing as well for the future of the project.
I see. And what's the plans after launch, say, for the first quarter around marketing the token out there? And I imagine the NFTs will sell out if you've only got a limited amount. And the future of the NFTs, will there be a second series coming in the future as well?
Good question. So obviously, at the moment, the big, I guess we're in the pre-launch marketing phase. Teams undergoing a pretty extensive AMA tour. We're holding it in many different communities. You guys, as I said before, I think you guys are our third. We've got a couple more tomorrow planned with Chinese-based communities, and obviously that's going to continue well into the launch of the token. Which will be 24 hours after the pre-sale has concluded. So pre-sale will conclude tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC, and then the launch will be 24 hours after that on the 7th of December. And then obviously the goals from their post-marketing is obviously to get on CG and CMC pretty quickly, get trending in those respects. Team are looking to also trend on within like the Chinese and Asia sector as well. So get trending on things like CN token and all of those areas, and also obviously then continue to establish their NFT collection and NFT marketplace. And obviously, there's going to be potentials of maybe giveaways and ongoing AMAs and marketing things like that as well. So and then obviously, call channels and things like that as well for promotional material, things across Twitter, and just general across all different socials.
Manga is really popular around the world and Asia, so obviously Japan and China and places like that. So you're going to be marketing over there in them areas. And are you looking? I'm thinking NFTs look really cool. Are you looking to do a comic book in the future around the NFTs?
Great question. One that the team hasn't potentially yet thought about. So I think it's good that you phrased that. But that's definitely a possibility. In terms of potential comic book or something like that will tie in with the NFTs. But yeah, team is still deciding in terms of those type of areas. Because obviously, as you said, the main focus is obviously the current pre-sale, the launch, and then obviously launching their first NFT collection, and that could be a potential of a series of upcoming collections as we go along in terms of the roadmap. But yes, as you said, the team have a strong connection and background in the Japanese and Asia sector, so that's really where they want to hit. That's where their passion is, because obviously it's based upon the Japanese magma, and obviously that's the whole concept of the NFTs. So they're really going to hit that area hard in terms of the marketing aspect, and also the fact that taxes are 2 and 2, so very, very low for this current market that we're in. They've also got certain portions of the tokenomics set aside for centralized exchange listings. So I believe the team may be in talks with some at the moment, but still deciding in terms of what ones they may be in terms of the first couple of listings. But there's 2 reserves set aside in the token metrics set aside exclusively for exchanges as well.
Okay, quick. What about the smart contract? Has there been an audit on the smart contract before launch?
Yes. So as we said, the team are audited and KYC'd. So I believe the audit report should be in the main Telegram group. So it's been audited from the smart contract perspective as well. So it's safe from that side. As you said, the liquidity is locked for 1 year, and it's got a percentage of 60%, which is pretty healthy in terms of that ratio. and obviously I believe that the token itself will be trading in USDT pairing, because obviously the pre-sale at the moment is in USDT, which is also another good thing for this market because BNB can fluctuate a lot. USD is stable, and especially with lower taxes like 2%, definitely help in terms of the price floor.
NFTs, is it in-house graphic designers the team's been using, or have they outsourced some of the graphics?
Yeah, so the team have their own, I guess you can say, and a concept team who's been helping to design the NFTs. So they've kept it all in house with their own development team, and they've got quite a lot of experience in that side of things as well, in terms of making those type of collections. So they haven't had to outsource anything for the NFTs. It's all been built in house.
Yeah, they're really exciting NFT. I mean, there's loads of avenues you can go down in the future. Like you say, you just want to get the token out. And the NFTs, everyone's excited for the launch for that, but they could be used in the future, say, in metaverses like the Central London Sandbox.
Definitely.
Okay, let's open it up to the rest of the team. If anyone's got a question for J Crypt at SlamDunk, go ahead. We can move to community investors. Let's see. Syed, you had a question for J Crypt at SlamDunk. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. I have a few questions. So it's mentioned on your white paper that every 3 rare NFT can synthesize super rare NFT, and 3 super rare NFTs can synthesize super rare NFT. So I want to know that will these 3 rare NFTs of the same character will be required for upgrading, or any 3 NFTs of same rarity are only required to upgrade the NFTs?
Good question. So it'll basically be any of the NFTs. So you don't have to have because obviously the scarcity is based upon a 60%, 30%, and 10%. So you don't need to have like the same, I guess you can say, NFT or the same scarcity to do that. You can basically utilize any of the three series to build up to the SSR and so on.
Okay, understood. Okay, on your white paper, it's also mentioned that the SlamDunk will build an independent public chain for DeFi services in future. So I was wondering what innovations and the DeFi solutions will your blockchain going to bring, and what consensus will you be choosing for your blockchain?
Good question. So like the larger goal is that the team would like to build their own public chain. In terms of exactly how that will look and the consensus mechanism and everything like that, that's still being decided upon. So it's still very, very much in its early stages. But as we go along and fulfill the roadmap, the more information about how that will look and the consensus mechanism will be released in the main Telegram chat. So it's still too much in its early stages at this stage to disclose a lot of information in relation to it.
Okay, understood. So I've also read that you will be offering different loans and also NFT collateral. So I want to know that how will NFT collateral going to work, and will investors be able to use only ST NFTs as a collateral, or any NFT which has some value can be used as a collateral when this service is live?
Yeah. So in terms of your question, like there will be like its own marketplace for the NFTs. In terms of the collections and stuff, that's still being decided upon, but more information will come very, very soon in terms of exactly how that will look in the main Telegram group.
Okay, I'll definitely join your group. Okay, I can also see on your white paper that you have asset insurance agreement, and it is a kind of a security protection for some ST DeFi products. So I was wondering which DeFi services will be protected by the insurance, and will these services come with a blockchain, or you will be offering these services before moving to your own blockchain?
Those services will be something that will be offered once the blockchain is live. So that will be coming after that. But yeah, like as we said, it's too much in its infancy stage to talk a lot about it because the team is, I guess, the main goal at the moment for the team are the successful pre-sale and then the launching at the NFTs, and then they'll be going into that part of it shortly after the NFTs. But yeah, more information would be coming in relation to that in the main Telegram group. So all I could say is stay tuned.
Okay, it makes sense. Okay, final question. So I was wondering how many board members do SlamDunk have, and will you also going to be implementing DAO governance for allowing community to vote on various aspects of the SlamDunk project?
Good question. So I guess in terms of the team as a total, including moderators and stuff like that, there's a total of 8 to 9 team members, and then obviously the CEO himself. They haven't yet thought about a DAO based governance model, but that could be something that could come up in the future as part of the roadmap. I guess the key features of the roadmap is obviously the NFTs, the public chain, the consensus for that, and also, the mining protocols and things like that that's going to be upcoming. But definitely that's something that the team are thinking about. But yeah, more information will come as the roadmap is fulfilled. But definitely something that they are thinking about at the moment.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much for answering. Over to you, Glenn.
Let's move to Asia. You had a question for J Crypt at SlamDunk. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So it's mentioned on your white paper that ST is not a simple digital currency nor a financial product. It is a mathematical model based on AI and big data. I want to understand, have you developed your own AI algorithm for SlamDunk, and from where did you collect all the data for your AI?
Sorry, can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. I've read on your white paper that ST is not a simple digital currency nor a financial product. It is a mathematical model based on AI and big data. I want to know, have you developed your own AI algorithm for SlamDunk? And from where did you collect all the data for your AI?
Good question. So those protocols are still in development. So it's a bit hard to talk in detail in terms of how that data will be collected. More information will be coming as we get across to that part of the roadmap. So yeah, as we said before, the main key parts of the roadmap at the moment are the NFTs, the launch, which will be 24 hours after the pre-sale, and then the team will be working on the public chain and the consensus for that. So all I could really say in terms of the AI stuff is definitely to stay tuned because more information will be released about that as we get along in the roadmap in 2023.
Okay, no problem. Okay, moving to my next question. It's also mentioned on white paper that SlamDunk assets have full commercialization rights. Users who have obtained the corresponding identity list can carry out music, film, entertainment, and commerce. I want to understand, have you obtained copyrights for SlamDunk characters to give commercial rights to NFT owners? As SlamDunk is based on Japanese manga and anime series, and series was written and illustrated by Takehiko. Don't you think it can create any copyright issues?
No, I mean, good question, but no, we don't think there will be any copyright issues because the style that they're doing in terms of the mint and stuff is their own in-house designers. So they're not like copying, I guess you can say, they're not like copying or leveraging off ones that are already out there. Their own exclusive designs. So there shouldn't really be any copyright issues in terms of the style because they're all based upon an in-house design.
Understood. And will owners be able to customize their NFT characters after minting them?
No, like you, in terms of the NFTs, you won't be able to customize
Did
them.
you get my question?
Yeah, you won't be able to customize them. Like they're going to be a very like limited run, but you will be able to synthesize into, I guess you can say, like building up to then get into Noah's Ark. So as we briefly mentioned before, there's going to be like different scarcities. So there's going to be like the R-based model, the SR, and the SSR, and they will give like special like mining rates and things like that as well. But in terms of the NFTs themselves, at this stage, you won't be able to customize them further.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much for answering.
No worries.
Questions, Aisha. Let's move to Favor OLA. You had a question for J Crypt at SlamDunk. Go ahead.
Hello, yeah, I have a question. So I noticed that the project is mainly focused on the NFTs, and this is a very interesting one because when you talk of NFTs, you talk of holding something that has value and will always be valuable. So my question is, how are you intending to keep your NFTs valuable? And another question I have is, your team, your project is around the football, basketball team, sorry, team. So the question is, do you plan to onboard basketball players or basketball teams to your project in order to make it more relevant and give your NFTs some real life, or what's it called, application?
Great question there. So yes, I mean, like the team will always be looking for partnerships. So that's something they feel really strongly about. So I mean, that could look in terms of a potential partnership with something within the basketball sector. So that's definitely like a future possibility, because obviously that's based upon the whole theme. So it's definitely like the team do want to brand out and build, exclusive partnerships within that type of the space, which will obviously then potentially help boost the collection. I think in terms of part two of your question, in terms of, I guess, what gives them the value, as we said, like the NFT collection as a whole will be a very, very limited run. We believe because obviously the way the economy model is set out in terms of the scarcity, that'll make them, like, I guess you can say, extremely exclusive for people to want to hold them. As we said, there will be a marketplace where you can trade them as well, which will be upcoming. As we said, there's going to be like the three levels. So there will be the R-based level, the SR, and the SSR. And obviously, then you could also build up in terms of synthesizing the NFTs, which then can help you get into Noah's Ark, which gives the higher percentage of the rewards and the dividends back to holders.
Okay, so apart from your marketing online on Telegram and Twitter, do you have any reward, any plan to make reward marketing in order to make help your project have longevity? Because NFTs are not things you can easily swap like the way you swap tokens. So you have to hold it, and maybe when you put it on your marketplace to sell, you need to have a buyer before you can have it sold. So it's important that your project is a long-term project where your NFT holders are really like proud of holding your NFTs, because they know that they won't wake up one day to see that the project is no more and what they have in their hand is no longer useful. So I want to know if you have more plans to make marketings in real life and get more people involved in your project in order to extend the lifespan of your project.
Yeah, definitely. So a great question there. So obviously, marketing is something that happens every single day and is a continuous thing. So as you said, the team are going to be marketing well into the launch. Obviously, we're there in the pre-sale, like the pre-launch marketing side of things as well. Conducting a lot of different AMA tours to help promote the pre-sale, and obviously post the launch, they want to get like heavy marketing within the Chinese and the Asia sector, and the low taxes on the ecosystem is very gracious in that respect as well. We believe because obviously it's based upon like Japanese Magna style series for the NFTs. They're going to be very popular within the Asian sector, so they should sell out pretty quickly. And obviously, because they're going to be a limited run, it's going to be very exclusive to get a hold of those ones as well. But yes, certainly, obviously, marketing is something that will be happening every single day. Some of the post-launch marketing, CMCCG trending on there, trending on Chinese and Asia websites as well. Maybe things like a CN token, etc. But yes, all of those type of things are going to be done continuously to help spread the word of SlamDunk and obviously bring new people into the ecosystem and the projects. And as we said before, there's going to be certain parts of the tokenomics set aside for centralized exchange listings as well. Team are in talks, I believe, with a couple at the moment and deciding on which ones to list in that respect as well to help get more exposure. So yes, definitely as we get into next year, because it's very, very close to 2023, they do have a big roadmap ahead. As we said, they're also looking into building their own public chain, which will obviously be built upon a certain consensus, and having their own blockchain as well, which will be very lengthy part of the roadmap. So there's lots to come in terms of what the team are planning for the project.
Very much. That's a very elaborate answer to my question. Glenn, I really appreciate for the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much.
The questions favour. Let's move to Ennis. You had a question for J Crypt at SlamDunk. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. I have a couple of quick questions. And as I read, Noah's Ark has a 10% success rate, and all NFTs will be destroyed after failure. And there's also a chance of pre-minting of NFTs for early stage contributors. So, how many NFTs can early contributor can mint per wallet? Because if there isn't any max limit, then they can mint as much as they can to be synthesized into the Noah's Ark NFT.
Great question. So the specific details in terms of the amount per wallet and I guess who will be who will be the lucky ones who consisted upon like the early contributors. Those details will be coming very, very shortly into the Telegram group. So I believe in terms of the early contributors, there'll be certain people who've been able to participate in the pre-sale, but exactly in terms of what you need to do to get into that early stage, there'll be information coming very, very shortly in the main Telegram group, and also information in terms of I guess you can say the max per wallet and those type of details as well.
Yeah, understood. And I'm curious to know that do you guys have any plan to also have any exclusive events of mystery boxes where people can buy a mystery box, and there is a probability that a person can get a chance of minting Noah's Ark directly because there is only 10% success rate of synthesizing the NFT?
Great question. So mystery boxes is a fantastic idea. Isn't something that the team had originally thought of, but I'll take that away and mention it to the development team, and that may be something that could be as part of the I guess you can say the minting phase, or as part of something that the community can do that could be I guess make it exclusive as well. So, but yes, like they haven't thought about I guess you can say like the magic box type of thing just yet, but I'll take that away to the team, and that could be something that could be introduced when we get to the minting phase. Hope that helps answer your question.
Lose Venice now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay. Yeah, I have another question for Noah's Ark, and I want to know that what are the total numbers of Noah's Ark NFTs are currently available, and is there any Noah's Ark NFT held by any of the team members, because it provides great benefits, Noah's Ark NFT?
Yes, like in terms of the total amount of NFTs in general, the team is still deciding in terms of the total number. But obviously, as we said before, to get into Noah's Ark, it is a 10% success rate. And obviously, the NFTs that don't make it in will get actually destroyed after the initial failure. But yeah, I guess in terms of the total numbers of the whole mint and the price to mint, still being determined at this stage. So that information should be getting released very shortly in the main Telegram group. So all I could say in that respect is stay tuned.
Yeah, understood. And as you guys have really great utilities and great ideas, while I was reading your white paper, I came to know that, and I read that SlamDunk uses SOP as a payment solution for various things. So, do you have any plan to also integrate Western Union MoneyGram, where people can send crypto to their friends and family worldwide? I think it will be bridging the gap between crypto and fiat as well.
Good question. That's something that the team is definitely looking into. Still very, very much in its early stages at the moment, but that's something that the team are potentially looking to bridge into as part of their SOP solution.
Okay, understood. And I also read it, it will provide services to electricity enterprises. Does it mean people having a D app through which they can pay their electricity or any other utility bills as well?
Yes, like there'll be a certain D app made, but yes, in terms of the exact details of how that will look, still in its development stages at the moment. So that'll come as we release, further down the roadmap. So I guess the main key things that are upcoming are the NFT collection, the marketplace, and then obviously the team will start to work on the public chain.
Okay. And as you just mentioned that you guys have AI and using AI and big data, and those products are currently in development stages. So you are planning for creating your own blockchain. So do you have any plan to also create any AI tool to look for bugs or different patterns that a user do on existing blockchains so that you can bring more features or bring more innovative things in your own blockchain?
Do you mean kind of like I'm assuming you mean like a bug? Do you mean like a bug bounty program, or is that what you mean? Sorry.
No, not exactly. I was saying that any AI tool or any AI program that can look for different patterns that are being used in existing blockchains, so that you can bring more innovative features in your own blockchain when you create that.
Yeah, so that's something that the team are looking into at the moment. Like the exact specifics as to how that will work is still being decided upon, but yes, it's something that the team are exploring at the moment.
Okay, I'm really curious about your project, so I'm asking those questions out of curiosity. So, as different projects have different scholarship programs, and they have research and development, and they have researchers that are continuously different for different, looking for different things and innovating different stuff of blockchain. So, do you guys have any plan to also look for different researchers or onboard different researchers that can help you out in creating a good and innovative blockchain or any other D app or tools you guys are being created?
Good question. The team are I've got a very experienced team in terms of like the development side of things, but like yes, they're always looking for experienced people within like blockchain and different facets. So as we expand and get even bigger, the team will be looking into potentially getting on more people in that respect as well to potentially join the team as they build out as they build out in terms of their roadmap.
Yeah, and one last question about NFT marketplace, as you just said to as an answer of someone's question that you guys will be creating NFT marketplace. I'm curious to know that will you be also onboarding different artists that can join your NFT marketplace and create or customize the NFTs themselves in the marketplace and sell them through your marketplace?
Good question at the moment. Like I guess all the artist stuff is being managed in house. But as we get even bigger, there may be the chance where they onboard different artists and things like that, and obviously help to expand the marketplace. But at the moment, all of that is being managed in house.
Okay, Jacob, it's been really nice talking to you, and thank you so much for answering my all questions.
No problems.
Questions, Venice. Let's move to Western Beast. You had a question for J Crypt at SlamDunk. Go ahead.
Thanks, Glenn. Hi, Jacob. Okay, so my first question, I want to talking about the risk reserve management and agreement rather. And there you actually said that SD Foundation holds risk reserves, which can be used to deal with possible risk in extreme situations. This is up to if any investor risks this, he's going to be calmer. And because we've seen that CZ even also emphasized on risk reserves. In fact, we saw that he started a campaign with proof of reserves technology. And can you tell us what are these reserves held in? Are they held in the SlamDunk token, or are they held in regular fiat currency?
I believe at the moment that it's actually held within the SlamDunk token itself, but more information in terms of the proof of reserves of exactly how that will look will be released shortly as we go get into the launch phase. So more information of that exactly how that will look will be coming soon.
All right, no problem. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Let's talk about your decentralized lending protocol. Some features or some terms that caught my attention. You called unsecured loans, interest rate switching, and flash loans, and NFT collateral types. When you said interest rate switching, does this mean that you have flexible and adjustable interest rates?
Yes, that's correct. There will be flexible and adjustable interest rates.
Okay, so what are the requirements? What conditions have to be met to get the most basic? I mean, any lender who wants to take the best interest rate into consideration. So, what are the requirements to get the most friendly interest rates that will be a win-win for both the lender and the borrower?
That information in terms of the requirements to meet that is still being decided upon. So all I could say is to stay tuned to the main Telegram group, because more information about how that will exactly work will be released once I guess we fulfill that down in terms of the roadmap.
All right, sounds good, Jacob. Okay, so the next question I wanted asking is still on your white paper. Is the fact that users have their own data on the internet and can use it on different websites. And you also said that you're starting to get rid of Web 2 and enter a new generation of the internet. It seems you're proactively supporting Web 3 over Web 2. So are there any initiatives that you guys have in mind? Maybe by initiative, I mean some kind of educational programs, maybe online or offline events that you tend to provide citizens that the SlamDunk, maybe pitching SlamDunk in, and then providing these educational programs for people to tell them the advantages of the decentralized Web3 over Web2.
Yeah, definitely. So as we go along and fulfill the roadmap, yes, definitely the team aim to, I guess, develop training pieces which will help educate people along Web3 and exactly how that will work in terms of decentralization and the benefits that they'll get from that as part of being the SlamDunk token. So yes, they do plan to release I guess you can say, their own educational pieces, based upon Web3 and how that will look in terms of the decentralization aspects.
All right. I wanted talking about I think you and Glenn conversed about manga earlier, and some elite researchers actually found out that the Slam Dunk manga, the movie, is actually on its way. Are you guys also going to be riding on this wave that is coming?
Yeah, good question. So, yes, the team are hoping to pick up the hype of that upcomingly as well. And obviously, they're going to be hitting the Asia market pretty heavily in terms of the marketing aspects. So, they are hoping to pick up the rise and the wave of the Slam Dunk movie thing that's upcoming. So, yes.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I'd like to talk about the math for your NFT upgrade mechanism. You already discussed it that these rates are actually I'm seeing scarcity of 60, 30, 10%, and the NOAs are carving the highest. What if I am willing to spend a considerable amount of money, but there's a particular NFT I am going to get? Will my probability statistics, what do I mean by probabilities? For example, if I keep on looking for one particular token, is it fixed at 10% or does it become flexible as I keep on pitching more money to maintain a particular NFT?
It's actually fixed to that particular rate. So the scarcity is 60%, 30%, and 10%. So they won't be like a flexible mining rate. They'll be staying at those particular levels.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. So the next question I actually have is still concerning the SD supporting decentralized financial management. There are some other avenues and platforms that are actually doing this expertly. Are you guys planning to partner with these organizations, or do you plan to build yours directly from scratch?
Good question. So, I mean, the team are always looking out for partnerships. So that could be something that will be upcoming, like to partner with, like a similar firm to utilize that. But a lot of the development that's happening is all happening in-house. So at the moment, the team plans to basically build out their own. But yes, there could be established partnerships in the future, which we could help potentially utilize their technologies as well. But at the moment, everything's being managed in-house. But definitely, like in terms of partnerships are very important in any token, and because obviously we're based upon the basketball, Japanese magma. The team do plan to build out partnerships with people within the I guess you can say like the basketball and sports areas to help expand the token as well.
Yeah, sounds good. It's confirmed that partnerships, symbiotic partnerships, is a catalyst for progress for the two partners that are trying to reach out to each other. The partnership deal sounds actually great, and I don't think anyone can actually survive without symbiotic partnerships. Okay, so my final question, I actually tried accessing the website white paper from your website. Is it that the website is currently under review for editing and updating, because I couldn't really access it?
There shouldn't be an issue with the website. There was an issue last night with some, I believe there was an issue going on then. But no, as far as I know, the website should be loadable, and you can find it in the main Telegram group. It's simply slamdunktoken.com. I've got the white paper up myself at the moment, and I had no issues loading it. So as far as I know, you should be able to get into it without any issues.
Sounds good. I guess it must probably be from my browser. JCrypt, thank you very much for answering my questions. I really appreciate your detailed, specific answers to the questions. I'm wishing SlamDunk the best, and I hope the project stays bullish moonward. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you very very much, Western Beach. Yeah, we've had some great questions today from the community investors. Thanks very much for that. Maybe we can do a recap, Jcrypt, over the project for anyone that's joined in the second half and didn't get an outline of the SlamDunk project from the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, certainly. So, just obviously wanted to say thank you to everyone who's joined today. We've got over 314 participants, so absolutely fantastic turnout. For those who may be on the tail end of the AMA, the pre-sale is live at the moment, which is on Pink Sale. You can find the link in the main Telegram group at SlamDunk_global. It's got just, I believe, around another 24 hours left. It's based upon Pink Sale's subscription method with a hard cap of 100,000 USDT. Hard cap was reached some time ago, and we're actually sitting now at nearly 300,000 USDT raised. And obviously, for those new to the subscription method, it's purely calculated based upon the total amount raised, and then it goes down to the individual allocation. It's a subscription model. So obviously that'll be calculated at the end of the pre-sale, which has got just over 24 hours to go. The pre-sale will be ending on the 6th of December at 2 p.m. UTC, and then the token will be launching live on PancakeSwap within 24 hours after the pre-sale. So taxes are extremely low. It's only 2% buy, 2% sell. So very healthy for this market, and maybe for those who weren't able to get their questions answered, they can definitely join the main Telegram group, and a lot of our moderators and team are there active 24/7. So definitely welcome to join the global group. I guess we're excited in terms of upcoming things. We're excited for the launch. We're excited to release the exclusive NFTs, and obviously then go on to fulfill the roadmap as we wind down into to the rest of 2022, and obviously get into the first quarter of 2023. So just obviously wanted to thank everyone again for joining. Had a great host, Glenn, and great community questions asked as well. And if you did miss out, definitely come and join the group. And if you like what the team are doing, definitely join the pre-sale, and you've got plenty of time left until it finishes.
Okay, thank you very much, Jcrypt. It's been great speaking to you from SlamDunk. Like you say, it seems to have the secret sauce, the NFTs with basketball. So you've got the United States interested in Canada and Europe, and then you've got the manga side as well. So Asia's really super pumped about manga. So yeah, they're well thought out, the NFTs, I think, and it appeals to globally really. So that's great. And yeah, so welcome to us for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but you can check out the website, the white paper, and the official socials. They're in our main chat. That's what we recommend to community investors. If you like what you see, and you've done your research, go and chat with the team in the socials. They're in our main chat and community, and there's a link to the pre-sale as well if you want to get involved, and that's in the main chat also. I think we've got spin the wheel now as well. Yeah, it's in color today. It used to be in blue, I think. It's multicolored now. Oh, that's quite good. Yeah, Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Jay Crypt, for coming. Take care. I'll finish the recording, send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into the main chat for anyone who couldn't join the call today. And yeah, we have got 3 winners today, so there's going to be 2 from the wheel. We're dividing it 3 ways, and 1 for some great questions today. So that'll be posted in the main chat later on. So stay tuned.
No worries. Thanks, guys, for having us.